Hi, Normie Gamer here. I just finished running 100 Elder Underground Seas and recorded all costs and drops. If you just want the TLDR, here it is, and after it I'm going to explain how I came to these conclusions. So TLDR, not profitable in terms of pure currency, not recommended late league since bases are not worth as much as early league, and to make them profitable you need to trade a lot, like sell maps and bases. In my opinion, tier 16s are only worth running late league if you need the experience. With the TLDR out of the way, let's go into more detail. First, the maps. I started with 58 Elder Underground Seas and I ended up with 50. I rolled them with 80% plus quant and whatever pack size I end up with, and I could almost sustain but not quite. If I roll them with 25% pack size or more, I think I would have no problem sustaining. I also had 46 quant on my gear and I was running maps with Shaper and Elder Influence. If you don't know how to set up and maintain Influence, I have a video which explains that, and link will be in the description. To roll and run those maps, it took 100 Alchemy Orbs, 400 Chisels, 300 Fragments, and 600 Chaos for the Zana Harbinger mode. I also started with 200 White Sextants, 200 Yellow Sextants, and 100 Red Sextants. For the rolling maps, I started with 400 Chaos, which was overkill, and I spent around 150 to roll maps. Keep in mind, I didn't spend all of this currency. I just set it aside in a separate stash tab and took what I needed as I was running the maps. In total, I put in around 3000 chaos. And here's the result. I'm giving you simply the raw data. It's up to you to decide what drops to include. I calculated all prices according to PoE Ninja on October 25th in Delve Softcore League. So starting with pure currency, I ended up with 2600 chaos worth of currency, 450 of which in Harbinger currency. The interesting thing here is that the Harbinger drops are worth around 75% of what I paid for the Zana mod, which is pretty good, and Harbinger is well worth it. In terms of maps, I included only red maps, which were worth around 750 chaos, most of it in tier 15, 14, and 13s. Selling all those takes a lot of time since people don't usually buy maps in bulk, but still they are worth a lot if you decide to put in the time to sell them. And it will greatly affect your profit at the end. In the TLDR, I said that I don't recommend running tier 16s late league since bases are not worth that much. But if you run tier 16s early league, these would sell for a lot more. So the bases I ended up with are worth around 1000 chaos. Most of it comes from this 85 Elder Astral Plate and this 85 shaped amulet. And finally we have other loot. These are just unique rings, eye level 83 plus Abyss Jewels, 86 Stygian belts, and some splinters. For the Abyss Jewels, I decided to price them all at 4 chaos, and that was the average price for a 83 plus Abyss Jewel without any good mods. And something important to note here. If you are into crafting, there is potentially a lot more currency to be made from those bases. These Abyss Jewels, belts, if you decide to craft them, if you're into that kind of thing, if you want to put in the time and just a bit of risk. So overall, if we include everything, we end up with 4600 chaos worth of stuff, 2600 of which in pure currency. In the end, whether tier 16s are profitable will depend on the amount of time you want to put in selling bases and maps and doing other stuff like crafting. But again, I did this test 2 months into the league, and early league those numbers would be completely different. So that's it. I hope this information was useful to you. Now I'm gonna go sell all my tier 16s. Thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future, and if you have any questions, you can ask them down in the comments or on Twitch. I'm Normie Gamer, see you next time, bye.